High school volleyball is back on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. This morning from the Muncie Fieldhouse, 4A regional volleyball, a battle of top 5 teams in Indiana 4A as the Zionsville Eagles take on the Yorktown Tigers. Good morning and welcome in, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again today. The first match of the day has come and gone, and the Noblesville Millers have advanced to tonight's championship match. The Millers took care of Carroll 17-25, 25-9, 25-19, 25-14 a short time ago. Noblesville was dominant in portions of that match, especially in Game 2 when they held the Chargers to only 9 points. Hill has punched its ticket to tonight's championship match, which is scheduled for this court at 7 p.m. If you're in the area and you like volleyball, let alone are a fan of any of these teams, make sure you come down and get a seat, because these are some outstanding teams, and this is going to be a lot of fun as the rest of this day unfolds. As I said, Noblesville was dominant at times in their match with Carroll, and they have an outstanding outside hitter in Lexi Almodovar. She's only a sophomore, and there were portions of the match where she just took over, both on the attack line and from the back row and from the service line. She had several aces. She's an outstanding player. So they are going to sit and scout and rest and take in the rest of this one and come back tonight ready to fight for a regional championship and a berth in the Final Four in Indiana. This is kind of cut-down day, if you will, for volleyball teams. We start the day with 64 teams and 4 classes, and by about 9 o'clock tonight, we'll be down to the Final Four in each of Indiana's classes. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Send out pregame well wishes to the Cowan Blackhawks, who are also playing today. They are in the 1A regional over at Clinton Central, and they will take on Covington shortly if they're not already underway. They were scheduled for a noon start, but this match is going to be well past noon before we get going. There's almost 10 minutes left on the warm-up clock over the court here, and the introductions will take a couple minutes after that. So we probably won't have our first serve here in this second semifinal until around 12:10, maybe 12:15 this afternoon. So a lot of volleyball lies ahead, and what can you say about these two teams? Zionsville 5th in the Z ratings in 4A, Yorktown number 1 in the state in the Z ratings, not just in 4A, but all over the place in any class. And you build another championship caliber team in Yorktown. The Tigers are 34-2 for Stephanie Bloom. Zionsville is 29-2. And you look at their seasons, they've been very similar. Yorktown won 27 matches in a row during the middle part of the season. There are only 2 losses to Avon and Newcastle. The only losses for Zionsville came to Hamilton Southeastern and a Ground Point, and 2 days apart. Outside of that, the Eagles have run the table. Where this match might be won or lost, if you're looking for a place to hang your hat, well, there's 2 ways to do it. If you look for experience, it's Zionsville. They have 9 seniors on this roster for their head coach, Rich Coleman. This is, as they feel, their time. They've been together a long time. These girls have from Zionsville, playing volleyball together since they were probably before they had braces. And here they are now in their final go-round, and they think they have a state champion caliber team. And they feel like it might be their destiny to win it this year, and they're going to be a tough out. They will not be easy to beat today, even for Yorktown. You talk about the other factor, well, it could be youth. Yorktown has 1 senior on this entire roster, and it's their setter, Bella Rosenthal. All their offense comes from underclassmen, Kenzie Knuckles, Tegan Searing. They are loaded on the Yorktown side. It makes them so hard to defend. They have so many attack options that you just can't defend them all from time to time, and you just try to do the best you can. Yorktown is great at service pressure and maybe even better at ball handling. They just do not make mistakes, whether it's serve, receive, passing, setting. They are on the money 99 times out of 100 And that's the other part of what makes Yorktown so special. They just don't beat themselves almost ever. So this will be a lot of fun. Thanks for joining me today. Glad to have you along and having you loaning me your ears for a couple hours. If you know someone who has a relative on the Yorktown or Zionsville team for that matter, and you want to let them know, they can follow this match live on YouTube Live on the Delco Preps channel. We'll be here this afternoon for this one, and should Yorktown win, we'll be here tonight for the championship match. Got to tell you, traffic was a little snarly this morning with the Ball State Homecoming Parade staging here at Muncie Central across the parking lot. Getting here early in the day isn't going to be fun, but getting here tonight shouldn't be a hassle at all. So if you want to come to the championship match, you're in town or in this part of the state today, and you want to get here tonight, you shouldn't have a problem at all coming up with a ticket or with a great seat. This is a venerable old field house. It is almost 100 years old. State championship banners hanging all over the place. The big basketball banners to my right and the state championship volleyball banners to my left. And they have not only the Muncie Central state title banners up there, 6 of them that are purple, 3 that are blue, because Muncie North won 3 titles in 74, 75, and 77. There's a lot of history in this building. I'm being spoiled by Tom Lyon and the rest of the staff today. I am courtside instead of up in the Crow's Nest press box at the top row of the gym today. So I'm literally 10 feet from the sideline and going to hear a great bit of natural sound as the players hit the ball out here. And the rest of the match, you'll hear the side judge, in fact, communicating from time to time about substitutions. Yorktown going through its warm-ups on the court now. And, they are loaded. They've got momentum. They've got their best players back. Bella Rosenthal was out for about a week and a half with a foot injury, but she played in the championship match of the sectional, didn't miss a beat. She's out there again warming up. She almost nailed me with a pre-match kill. I looked at her and she grinned, and I waved my finger at her. She got that sheepish, sorry look on her face. But, hey, she can hit them at me all day. That's just fine. These kids from Yorktown are outstanding athletes and students, and they are awful cool in my estimation. So that gets the pregame bias out of the way. 2 Yorktown kids who have graduated. I have a little Yorktown green in my blood and always will. And while I will be fair and even-handed, as I always am, I certainly am pulling for Yorktown. You can bet your bottom dollar on that one. It's going to be interesting to see how Zionsville attacks Yorktown. Zionsville has more size than Yorktown, and this game really might come down to Yorktown's ability to attack quickly and to work around a slower, larger defense from Zionsville. That might be exactly where this is won or lost, and time will tell. In about 90 minutes, we'll have the answer to that. 4 minutes to go in the pregame warm-up. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll have the introduction of both teams' players after this timeout. You're listening to the 4A Regional on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Stay right there.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history. Oh, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. There's still a place where performance is enhanced by extra effort, not by performance-enhancing drugs. There's still a place where contracts are between coaches and players, and the terms are non-negotiable. Edge is something you gain by working harder than your opponent. There's still a place where sport is pure. That place is the high school in your community. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we believe that while competition can be fierce, it doesn't change the fact that it's only a game. The goal may be to win, but the point is to have fun. And if you want to be reminded of just how great sports can be when they're played the right way, then the place to be is at a high school sporting event in your community. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message made possible by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to the Muncie Fieldhouse. Brian Beaver along with you as we get set for the last minute of team warm-ups and then the player introductions, and we'll get started here in this second semifinal match. Match one went to Noblesville, 3-1 over Carroll. The Millers will take on the winner of this match for the championship tonight and a berth in the semi-state next weekend and the Final Four. Yorktown looking for another state championship. Can they finish the run? They have 3 sectional wins out of the way. If they can win out today, they'd have 5 of the 7 they need to win another state title on Tiger Drive. They're as good as anybody in 4A, but there are a lot of good teams chasing them out there, including the one across the net from them today in Zionsville. It's the battle of the greens. Kelly green for Yorktown, a darker forest green for Zionsville. You heard the buzz of the teams are clearing the court. Yorktown's finished with its warm-up period. We're about set to go. Good crowd from Yorktown across the way. Students will be right here behind the bench, and probably 25 of them. And a pretty good crowd came up the highway from Zionsville, so we're almost set to go here this morning in one of the venerable old arenas in this entire state, the Bill Harold Court, with the Bearcat head in the middle of the floor, and there's a plaque at the end of the floor that says Bill Harold Court on it, and one of the things it says is you can't be beat. You can't be beat if you won't be beat. That sums up Yorktown. Tenacious. Teams are on the floor. For the introduction of the players, we'll let you listen in.
We ask all fans act responsibly and courteously to those around you. Abusing planning or disorderly conduct is unacceptable and not welcome in IHSAA events. Let's support the student athletes, coaches, officials, and your fellow fans and staff they deserve. Your cooperation is appreciated, and please enjoy the game. And now it's time to meet the rosters for today's second match. First to the visitors on the scoreboard, the Zionsville Eagles. Number 1, Kenny Kirkendall. Number 2, Amy Yard. Number 4, Anna Murphy. Number 5, Leah Daniel. Number 6, Aaron Ukelly. Number 8, Lauren Alaska. Number 9, Eddie Christian. Number 10, Katie Eisenberger. Number 11, Katie Anderson. Number 12, Sophie Stepp. Number 13, Megan Sheridan. Number 14, Lori Wood. Number 15, Cindy Gary. And number 16, Missy Hine. And head coach of the Eagles is Rick Coleman. And then for the home team on the scoreboard, the Yorktown Tigers. Number 1, Lindsay Nichols. Number 2, Carly Matthews. Number 3, Courtney Watkins. Number 4, Caitlin Johnson. Number 6, Ellie Simpson. Number 7, Kate Vincent. Number 8, Kylie Burr. Number 9, Paul Rosenthal. Number 10, Tegan Searing. Number 11, Hannah Alba. Number 12, Brittany Bates. Number 13, Ellie Miller. Number 15, Jenny Morgan. And number 16, Jaden Dunsmore. The head coach of the Tigers is Stephanie Bloom. Ladies, let's play volleyball.
You heard it. We're set to go. The team's introduced. They'll come up, shake hands at the net. The coaches shake hands as well. And we're about set for the opener of this one this afternoon on Beaver Media and on Delco Prep's channel. We appreciate having you along for the ride. Spread the word. School volleyball doesn't get all of its due, but it should. This is one of the best sports in Indiana. It's second in popularity in the fall only to football. And in places where football isn't very good, Yorktown, some places around the state, volleyball is actually as or more important than football. So we're set to go. Teams are on the floor. Tigers, 2 more wins away from a semi-state, 4 wins away from a state championship. This is going to be a lot of fun. Thanks for loaning me your ears for the next couple of hours. Yorktown getting some last-minute instructions from their head coach, Stephanie Bloom. Rhonda Wilson, the assistant coach, Jerry Owens on the bench as well. They've been together a long, long time on Tiger Drive. They run the best program in the state. But again, I'm a little biased, having been a Yorktown dad. So we're set to go. The visiting team today is Zionsville. Yorktown, with, by benefit of the bracket, the home team. I'm courtside right next to the bench. Yorktown will be to our left, Zionsville to our right as we open this one this afternoon. We'll get this thing underway about 15 minutes later than scheduled, thanks to a long first match. Carly Matthews, number 2, will be back to serve at the start of the match for Yorktown. She'll serve from the left side of the baseline, the far side of the court. Jump serve, here it goes, we're underway. Zionsville out of system early, but they get a tip kill off the right side. Give it to Mimi Gerard, and it's 1-0, Zionsville. They'll go back and serve it. They'll hand the ball to Gabby Kirkendall, a 5'7" senior. 9 seniors on this Zionsville roster. She goes to the middle back row. Knuckles plays it up to Rosenthal. She gives it back to Knuckles, who tips it. Dug nicely by Zionsville. They'll get a swing on the near pin. Nice dig by Murr. Rosenthal far side for Knuckles. It's off the block and down for another Zionsville point. And it's 2-0 Eagles early on. The height, the size, the block came into play there on the Knuckles swing. 2-0 Zionsville. Back to serve again is Kirkendall. She goes to Knuckles again. Bump set from Rosenthal for Knuckles, and she drives another one off the double team block. It's 3-0 Zionsville. Eagles have had an answer each of the first 3 attacks. This doesn't happen every day to Yorktown. Let's see how they respond. Again, another deep ball to the far side. Nice dig by Vincent. Set in the middle for Knuckles, who tips. Eagles handled it. They'll bring it here on the near pin. Little tip nearly down. Great save by 2 players, but they can't keep it alive. Vincent and Rosenthal both went to the floor. They couldn't get it, and it's 4-0 Zionsville. Early test, you better believe it. Kirkendall again. Deep to the back row. They let it fall in for an ace. Timeout Yorktown. Stephanie Bloom says, hold the show right there. We're early in game 1. Zionsville has roared out of the gate. It's the Eagles 5, Yorktown nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
The world of high school sports is filled with athletes who possess the eye of the tiger and whose focus and determination enables them to soar like eagles. The games themselves can't be played without a few zebras. Becoming an IHSAA official is a great way to be part of the action and to support Indiana's healthy tradition of high school athletics. Visit IHSAA.org and get in the game. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in your...
Welcome back to the Muncie Fieldhouse. Zionsville 5, Yorktown nothing early in game one. It's been all Eagles so far. That last ace by Gabby Kirkendall got Stephanie Bloom off the bench. And here's a deep back row serve that Yorktown handles. Knuckles with a drive to the back row. Eagles have it up. They'll attack with a roll shot. First easy chance today for Yorktown. Rosenthal sets it far side. Knuckles drives down her first kill of the day off the same double team block to make it 5-1. First kill for Knuckles. It won't be her last. And a side out for the Tigers, trailing 5-1. They'll serve it with Rosenthal, who goes to the middle back row. Set here on the near side. Big swing off the block. It's down for a Yorktown point. Shenison and Searing shut it off like tap water. And it's 5-2. Yorktown now has scored 2 in a row. Coming out of the timeout. Bella Rosenthal to serve it again. All ready. Rosenthal from the near side. She goes to the middle back row. They'll set on the far side. Little tip. Yorktown has it up. We have a whistle by the down official. A violation by Zionsville. Yorktown with 3 points in a row. Coming out of the timeout to make it 5-3. Zionsville early in game one. Rosenthal to serve, the only senior on the Yorktown roster. And it's an ace! She went cross court with it short. Zionsville couldn't handle it, and it's 5-4 on the Rosenthal ace. Great serve by Bella. She'll do it again. Here's the next one. This one deep back row. Set is to the near pin. Big swing. Great dig by Murr. Tigers have it for Knuckles. She hits it just out of bounds for an attack error. A Zionsville point to make it 6-4. Now we've got ourselves a match after the early game jitters. Back to serve for Zionsville, number 10, Katie Eisenbarger. 6-footer, also a senior. Knuckles handles the knuckleball serve. She gets it back from Rosenthal and pounds down a kill. A cross-court winner from the right pin to make it 6-5. Kill of the match for Knuckles. She'll go back to serve. Chance to tie here for the first time. Yorktown has never led. Knuckles goes to the back row. Eagles handle it. They set in the middle. Big swing, and it's off the block out of bounds. A nice kill by Leah Daniel. Her first K of the day to make it 7-5, Zionsville. Eagles scored the first 5 points of game one. Yorktown responded with the next 4, and now we've got a 2-point game at 7-5. Here comes the serve. Knuckles handles it. Rosenthal will set for Searing. She drives down a kill in the back right corner. And it's 7-6 on the first kill of the day from Searing. The Tegan Reagan. She'll get it going. Back to serve for another possible tie. Kylie Murr wearing the green libero jersey. Big number 8 on her back. Eagles will set it. Far side with a back set. Big swing. Great dig by Murr. Back over to Zionsville. This time from the near pin. Another dig by Knuckles. Rosenthal for Searing. She nails another kill. And we're tied for the first time today at 7. Yorktown has come alive, and they have it even at 7-7 with the ball in Kylie Murr's hands. Wow. This is Yorktown volleyball. Back right corner on the serve. Easy set here on the near pin. Big swing. Great dig by Knuckles. Murr from her knees to keep it alive. Knuckles will roll it back over to Zionsville. Great rally. Set here again on the near pin. It's off the block and down for a kill and a block. Searing shut it off on the attack on the near corner by Sheridan. She said, get that out of my kitchen. And Yorktown has its first lead of the day at 8-7. Terrific block by Searing. Murr to serve again. Whoa, nearly an ace. It's over to Yorktown. They tip it. Great rally to keep it off the floor by Zionsville, but they can't complete the possession. Yorktown scores again to make it 9-7. Murr with a service run. She's wearing them out. Next run from Kylie. Just off the top of the net and back on her side for a service error and a 9-8 Yorktown lead. Checking in for Zionsville, number 9, Addie Ashton in the front row. Back to serve for the Eagles is Leah Daniel. Here it comes. Knuckles with the pass. Rosenthal with the set in the middle. Searing with the attack, and another kill for Tegan Searing. 10-8, Yorktown out in front. 3 kills already in game 1 for Searing. She is the X factor. Teams focus on Knuckles, and if they do that, they pay. Back to serve for Yorktown. Kate Vinson. She's got an ace down on the floor. 11-8 Tigers. We've got a whistle and a timeout by Zionsville. We head for the midpoint of game 1. Yorktown has roared back. The Tigers lead Zionsville 11-8 on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel.
A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. The state of delirium. State of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the Muncie Fieldhouse. Brian Beaver along with you. We've got ourselves a barn burner in game 1 of the second semifinal. Zionsville opened with a 5-0 run. Since then, it's 11-3 Yorktown to lead 11-8. Out of the timeout by the Eagles. They'll set here on the near side. Dig attempt by Knuckles on the dead run and a roll, but she can't get it. The kill that time by Megan Sheridan. And it's 11-9. Side out for Zionsville, and they'll hand it to their libero to serve it. That's number 8, Lauren Lotka. Knuckles pass to Rosenthal, set far side. Watkins with a soft shot to get down the kill on the attack line. Watkins is heard from for the first time today, and it's 12-9, Yorktown in front here in game 1. Winner of this one faces Noblesville for the title tonight. Back to serve for Yorktown is Ellie Stinson, just a freshman. Little jump serve, goes to the back row. They'll play it to the far pin. Left-hand swing, dug beautifully by Rosenthal. Bump set far side for Knuckles, who will tip it. Nearly got it down. Zionsville with a free roll back to Yorktown. Eagles defending. Tigers attacking. It's off the double team block, out of bounds for another Yorktown point to make it 13-9 on the kill by Knuckles. 3 Kenzie bombs. And back to serve for a second straight time, Ellie Stinson. For the middle, Eagles have trouble with it, but they set here near pin. Nice dig by Kylie Murr. Rosenthal sets for Miller. She tipped her off the block for the point. Miller with her first kill. Yorktown leads 14-9. Sensational game 1. We've had some fantastic rallies. Serving for the 3rd straight time. Ellie Stinson. She goes to the back middle. Set far side, swing, nice kill down from the far pin. That's the right side with the left-handed attack from Sheridan. Megan gets the kill for Zionsville. They cut the Yorktown lead down to 14-10 on the side out. Back to serve for Rich Coleman's ball club, number 4, Anna Murphy. She'll serve from right in the middle of the back line. Little party balloon serve. Yorktown plays it near side to Miller. She wipes it off the block for a kill. 15-10 Yorktown. Oh, now they're going to change the ruling. Stephanie Bloom is right in front of me with her hands in the air saying, "You got to be kidding me." What? Bella Rosenthal over to talk to the up official and say, "What are you talking about?" Wow. Well, instead of 15-10, it's 14-11, Yorktown. Zionsville will serve again. Rosenthal will set it far side for Knuckles with a big right hand. Zionsville cleans it up. They attack near side. Nice dig by Yorktown. Rosenthal sets for Knuckles again. She tips. Zionsville can't play it. It lands in the lap of the up official, and it's 15-11. Yorktown in front on the side out. Knuckles' fourth kill. 4-point lead for the Tigers here in the middle part of game one. They look like a number one team. Matthews to serve it. She drives it to the back row. Bump set, back row attack. Yorktown will dig that all day and twice on Sunday. Knuckles a swing from the far pin for another kill. She drills a cross-court winner. 5 kills for Knuckles. 16-11 Yorktown. Second and final timeout in game one for Zionsville. They go to the break. Yorktown 16, Zionsville 11 on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel.
A crisp October evening. A stadium filled with fans. A pass-through. A journey completed. State of euphoria? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the ball game. Yorktown leads game one over Zionsville 16-11. 5-0 start for Zionsville. Since then, it's a 10-16-6 game. Yorktown has taken command here in the late parts of game one. Matthews to serve for the Tigers again. She'll send it deep to the back row. The set will come to the near side. Swing, dig by Matthews, and a beauty. Knuckles will set it, roll back over, and a stuff block up front by Katie Eisenbarger. Yorktown went with the roll from Vincent. They didn't have much choice. That makes it 16-12. Coaches love it when they score coming out of a timeout. That's what it's all about. Back to serve for the Eagles is Gabby Kirkendall. She serves from the floor, and it's long for an error. That makes it 17-12 Tigers. Checking out for Yorktown is Vincent. Tigers, youthful Tigers, with Rosenthal the only senior to serve. Eagles will attack here on the near antenna. It's off the block, out of bounds. It's going to belong to Zionsville. 17-13. Ball back in play. Yorktown has it. They attack far side. Searing off the block. Back to Yorktown, right back over to Zionsville. They'll set near side. Great dig by Murr. Set at the net. Tip to the back row. Free ball. Here comes Zionsville on the near corner. They get it off the block, and it's down. 3 Yorktown defenders managed to get there, but couldn't keep it off the floor. Nice swing and a kill from Leah Daniel to make it 17-14, 2 straight points for Zionsville. Knuckleball serve. Knuckles will pass it to Rosenthal. She gets it right back on the set from Rosenthal, and Knuckles puts it away. 6th kill of game one, and it's an 18-14 Yorktown lead as we head for the final few points. Knuckles back to serve for the Tigers. 1 senior. Let that sink in. Eagles will set here on the near corner for Daniel. It's down for a Yorktown point. The double team block. And Searing, they shut her off, and it's 19-14. Yorktown 6 points away from winning game one. Knuckles to serve it again. The Nebraska recruit has it in play. Bad pass to the sitter. She'll bump set here for Daniel, and she drives down a kill. Right down the middle of the floor on a middle attack. Big swing by her. Leah has her 3rd kill unofficially, and it's 19-15. Yorktown in front on the side out for Zionsville, and Mamie Gerard will serve for the Eagles. back row. Knuckles pass to Rosenthal, set for Searing. She drives it off an eagle for another kill at a Yorktown point. 4 kills for Searing in game 1, 20-15. Yorktown has the lead and the serve back with Kylie Murr. Here it comes to the back row. They'll set it on the far side. Daniel pounds down another kill from the right corner to make it 20-16. She's one heck of a player. Leah Daniel, 6'1" outside hitter who just brings the heat, and she's back to serve with her team trailing 20-16. Yorktown receives. Rosenthal sets for Searing. She drives one, but they keep it in play on the Zionsville side. Easy ball back to Yorktown. Eagles defending the Tigers. Swing from Watkins. Here comes the pass over the net. Tip kill attempt by Rosenthal. Check it, Searing, and she's got it down. Yorktown point and a 21-16 Tiger lead. Tigers 4 points away from closing it out. They give it to Kate Vincent on the service line. Here it comes. Cross-court serve, a toughie. Eagles out of system. Come to the near side. Swing is dug by Murr. Rosenthal back to the far side for Watkins. She drives it just off the court, out of bounds. An attack error by Watkins. A point for Zionsville to make it 21-17. Side out, Eagles. They'll give the ball to Lauren Lotka back on the service line, wearing that white Eagles libero jersey, a little baby jump serve. Knuckles with the pass. Rosenthal with the set. The slide play for Miller. She cashes it in for a kill. 22-17, Yorktown in front. Miller with a pair of game 1 kills. The Tigers 3 points away from taking game 1. They'll get the serve from Ellie Stinson. Jump serve goes to the back row. They'll set on the far pin. The swing, the kill. Driven down off the double team block by Morgan Sheridan. The left-hander has 3 kills of her own in game 1, 22-18. Teams are trading points right now. That's an exchange rate you'll take if you're Yorktown. Back to serve is Anna Murphy. Murr will pass this time to Rosenthal, set far side for Knuckles. She has to tip it. Eagles attack with the easy ball. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We have a corner official waving her flag in the middle of that rally. Now she'll walk up to the stand official and tell him what her call was. And the ball was outside the antenna on the attack. So it's 22-19. Yorktown's lead is down to 3. Murphy back to serve again for the Eagles. Here it comes. Murr with the pass. Rosenthal tips. Comes back over to Yorktown. They'll play it to the far side. Knuckles rolls it back over. Eagles get an easy ball. They set far side for their slide. Dug by Yorktown. Tip kill attempt by Rosenthal doesn't work. Eagles go back row attack. And a winner from the middle of the back row. Leah Daniel with her 5th kill. This one's tight now. 22-20. Yorktown trailing early has built a 2-point lead late. Zionsville rallying here, trailing by 2. Rosenthal to the far side for Knuckles. It's off the double team, blocking down for a Zionsville point, and that's a 1-point game and a Yorktown timeout. Stephanie Bloom says, let me stop it right there. We'll go to the break. Yorktown 22, Zionsville 21 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, cool. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the Muncie Fieldhouse. A 4-point run by Zionsville has the Eagles back within 1. It's Yorktown 22, Zionsville 21. Yorktown head coach Stephanie Bloom burned her 2nd and final timeout. Both teams are out of timeouts now. They'll play it out on the floor. Zionsville to serve for the tie with Anna Murphy doing the honors. Yorktown attacks. They need a point. Tipped by Miller. Great dig to keep it off the floor by Zionsville. Stephanie Bloom says 4 hits. The up official agrees. That stops the bleeding at 23-21. Yorktown 2 points away from a first game win. Carly Matthews, a junior, to serve it. Let's see if she can get him off the floor. Zionsville disputing that 4-touch call. The Yorktown server waiting as Mimi Gerard argues her case with the stand official, and now the floor official is going to walk across the net and say, let me talk to my guys about this. Wow. Potentially big swing here depending on what you do at the point. Right now it's 23-21 Yorktown, but it could be 22 all depending on what they do. They might replay it, or he might say, you know what, I was right. It was 4 touches, point Yorktown. Yorktown point. You hear the crowd respond. So the Tigers keep that 2-point lead at 23-21. Carly Matthews to serve from the far corner. That's the left side as Yorktown plays it left to right here in game 1. Tigers are 2 points from a win. Matthews, couple of bounces with both hands. Here comes her jump serve. Goes to the back middle. Not a good pass at all. Out of system. The Eagles will not get a great swing. Yorktown digs it. Set far side. Knuckles off the block into the antenna. Yorktown point. Knuckles kill. Her 7th of game 1. A 24-21 Yorktown lead. They'll serve for the game 1 win. Carly Matthews to do it again. Crowd comes to life on the far side of the court with the green-clad fans clamoring for a win. Here it comes. Nearly an ace. Eagles will slide play. Far side. Great swing and a missile for the kill. Give it to Katie Eisenbarger, who had something to say to the up official about that. 24-22. Eagles have to score here. They'll give the ball to Gabby Kirkendall. Where's jersey number 1? She's ready. Here it comes. Knuckles plays it. Rosenthal sets it for Knuckles. It's off the block. Dug by Yorktown. Tip from Rosenthal. Eagles will try the slide again right side. It's down, and now they keep it alive. Roll play back to the Yorktown Tigers. Rosenthal sets. Potential game point here. It's off the block and down on the Yorktown side of the net for a point by Zionsville. 24-23. Yorktown's lead down to a point. Wow. 3rd straight point as Zionsville has to score. Rosenthal to Knuckles. She drives down a back row kill just inside the line. And game 1 goes to Yorktown, 25-23 in a thrilling first game. How do you top that? We're about to find out. Yorktown takes the opening game. Here we go. Hold on to your hats. They go to the break. The Yorktown Tigers win game 1, 25-23. They lead this match 1-0 on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel.
Everybody loves a good sports movie.
I've seen Rudy 10 times.
I love Hoosiers. If there were a sports movie about steroids, it might be called The Myth, the Truth, and the Consequences. The myth is that steroids are good for your game. The truth is they're bad for you and the sport you play. And the long-term consequences on your health are downright ugly.
That's one movie I think I'll skip.
High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo. Follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history, oh, I love world history. Baseball, wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
We head for game 2 of the 4A Regional second semifinal with Yorktown holding a 1-0 match lead on a thrilling 25-23 game 1 victory over Zionsville. Zionsville opened the match with a 5-0 run, and Yorktown coach Stephanie Bloom called a timeout, settled her team down. They built a pretty good sized lead. They led 20-15, and they led 22-18. But Zionsville fought their tails off and took them to the max before Yorktown prevailed 25-23. We flipped the floor, Zionsville to our left, Yorktown to our right. It'll be Zionsville to open it with the serve, and it'll come off the hand of Anna Murphy. Jersey number 4. Here it comes. We're underway. Yorktown will play at the Rosenthal. Set here near side for Shunnison. Eagles dig it easily. The set here on the backside, and a little slide play kill to start it by Katie Eisenbarger. And for the second game in a row, Zionsville opens with the lead 1-0. First game stats, unofficially, Knuckles with 7 kills, Searing with 4 for Yorktown, 5 kills for Daniel for Zionsville. Here's the tip from Yorktown over to the Eagles, another slide play, and this time again, no answer on the slide to the right. Second straight time Eisenbarger has put it away with heat, 2-0, Zionsville. Murphy ready for the next one. Here comes the serve to the back row. Knuckles plays it to Rosenthal. They'll slide it for Knuckles. Her shot is into the bench. They say touch. Officials disagree. It's 3-0. Zionsville, and this is very reminiscent of game 1. We know how that ended. Murphy looking for her 4th straight. She'll serve it again. Yorktown waiting. Short serve. Shunnison plays it to Rosenthal. They bring it near side for a rip from Knuckles. Goes to Yorktown. Another kill for Knuckles, her 8th. And that breaks the run for Zionsville at 3 points to make it 3-1. Rosenthal serving for Yorktown. Eagles will set for a middle attack. And look at that, pile driver driven down. 3 kills from Eisenbarger here early in game 2. They got to find an answer for her. That makes it 4-1. Checking in to serve is Gabby Kirkendall. Checking out for the Eagles is Addie Ashton. Zionsville out in front 4-1 in game 2. Rosenthal will set it here near side. Searing drives it down, and it's called just inside the line for the kill. Searing with her 5th kill today. Side out for the Tigers, 4-2. Zionsville in front. Checking in for Yorktown, number 3. Watkins. The serve will come from Kenzie Knuckles. Jump serve, a little baby one. Zionsville will set it here on the near pin. Another pile driver for a kill to make it 5-2 on a huge swing. A bomb from Katie Eisenbarger. Eisenbarger has dominated game 2. It's 5-2 Zionsville early on. Yorktown leads the match 1-0. Here's Katie Eisenbarger. Searing with a shot from the middle attack. Eagles have it up far side. They swing it. Yorktown digs it. Rosenthal back set for Searing. Softly dug by Zionsville. They tip it back to Yorktown. Back set. Knuckles with a little tap shot. Eagles attack far side. Murr digs it easily. She can do that in her sleep. Here's the tip from Searing, and it's down just inside the far sideline. Heady play by Searing. Her 6th kill. And it's 5-3. Zionsville leading Yorktown. Heimer back to serve for Yorktown. Here it comes. Deep to the middle back row. Little run tip from the setter from Zionsville. It was a little too long by Mimi Garrard. And now it's all of a sudden 5-4. Yorktown serving for a tie with Murr back there. Very reminiscent of how game 1 started. Zionsville sets in the middle. Big swing dug by Yorktown. Now back to Yorktown again. They'll set it far side for Searing. It's off the dig. Nice play by the Eagles to keep it alive. Set far side. They drive home another kill on a winner from Leah Daniel. On the left side corner, and it's 6-4. Zionsville leading. Checking out, Anna Murphy going in for the Eagles. Megan Sheridan. Back to serve for the Eagles is Mimi Garrard. Yorktown handles it. Rosenthal with a back set for Searing, and she drives down another kill to make it 6-5 on the side out for the Tigers. Searing's 7th kill of the match. And again, Yorktown serves for the tie. Zionsville has led the whole way in game 2 so far. Here's a tip set, and they're going to call a carry on the Zionsville setter. Garrard thought she got it cleanly. She did not. And we're tied for the first time in game 2, 6-6. Rich Coleman, the head coach, is right here in front of us. You kind of hear what he was saying. So we're even for the first time in game 2. On the attack, Zionsville. Big right hand swing on the right corner, and another pound winner from Leah Daniel. Zionsville retakes the lead 7-6. Eagles look just a little bit sharper in game 2. Yorktown plays the serve up to Rosenthal. The back set slide to Miller. She tips it for a winner. Just over the defense in front of the back row, and we're tied at 7. Nellie's 3rd kill of the day. We've been tied at 6 and 7 here in game 2. We were only tied once in game 1. That was also at 7. Eagles play the serve. They come here to the near pin. Swing is dug easily by Yorktown. They go to the attack in the middle, right back to Zionsville. They go back row attack to Daniel. Great dig by Yorktown. Back set here. Roll play from Knuckles. Tip right back to Yorktown. They handle it. Tigers attack again. Nothing doing. Great rally. Zionsville with another swing. It's off the double block. Tigers keep it off the floor. Knuckles with a tip. Great dig by Zionsville. Best rally of the day. Yorktown has it. Tip kill by Bella Rosenthal. Daniel is big, and she can hit it, but she's not fast enough to cover that much court. Great play. First lead of game 2 for Yorktown at 8-7 on a sensational play by the senior Bella Rosenthal. Eagles have it. They'll have to give a pretty easy ball to Yorktown. Tigers look for another point. Knuckles with the swing. She's got it down in the back corner. I just told you she can't cover that court, and she can't. Twice in a row, they've worn Daniel out trying to cover the back row. That's where they got to get him. 9 kills for Knuckles. 9-7 Yorktown lead. They wear out Daniel with the serve, but Zionsville has a nice job to get it off the floor. Roll tip from Miller. Eagles attack again, this time on the near pin. Terrific swing and kill from the left-hander, Megan Sheridan. Her 4th of the day. Side out Eagles. They've cut the Yorktown lead to 9-8. Eagles have trouble with the serve, but Rosenthal has the set here for Knuckles on the near side. She's got it down for a kill, despite the best efforts of Lauren Lotka, who went headlong with her left hand to try to play it. Couldn't get it. Yorktown back in front with a side out and a 10-8 lead in the serve from Carly Matthews. There it goes to the back row. Overpass. Tigers get an easy ball. Rosenthal with a set for Knuckles. Her tip is handled by the Eagles. They go to the near side, can't get it down. Tigers attack again. Off the block. Tigers will get it right back. This time for Knuckles. Little tip. Eagles wanted a carry. They didn't get it. Another swing from the right corner. This one just out of bounds on a cross-court swing from Megan Sheridan. Rich Coleman is not happy with the officiating. He might have a pretty good case. It's 11-8 Yorktown. Matthews to serve again. Here it comes. She goes cross-court, overpass, tip set, tip shot, garbage kill for Zionsville. As Megan Sheridan made lemonade out of lemons and got her 5th kill of the match, that cuts the Yorktown lead back to 2 points at 11-9. Heady play by Megan Sheridan. Back to serve for the Eagles is Anna Murphy. And there it goes. Knuckles with the pass. Rosenthal with a set. Yorktown out of system. They give a free ball over to Zionsville. The set here on the slide to the right side. Your card has been declined. Yorktown with a double team block on a big swing on the slide play by Katie Eisenbarger. They got the block on her and made it 12-9. That was a great defensive play by Yorktown up front. Eisenbarger is an arm load full. She's a force. Yorktown has a 3-point lead. Eagles play the serve. They go in the middle for a roll. Tigers dig it with Rosenthal. Knuckles with a serve, with a set rather. Swing on this side for Zionsville. They give it back to Yorktown. They attack with Knuckles again. Little roll, easy ball for Zionsville. Tip kill attempt, nothing doing. Tigers have it set far side for Searing. Off the block, out of bounds. Kill for Searing. Point for Yorktown. Time out. We're midway through game 2. Yorktown has built a 13-9 lead over Zionsville. Back with more after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No, the state of Indiana. High school sports, pure spirit, pure sport, pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
It's Yorktown 13, Zionsville 9. Here midway through game 2, Yorktown leads the match 1-0. They lead this one 13-9. Bella Rosenthal to serve coming out of the Zionsville timeout. Eagles play it up. Nice tip. Yorktown has it right back to him off the block. They'll try it again this time in the middle from the back row. Great dig by Yorktown to keep it off the floor. Knuckles with a roll. Nothing doing for her. Zionsville goes to the middle, and the attack is way out of bounds. Big swing. Eisenbarger too strong. Yorktown scores to make it 14-9, and Eisenbarger had that look on her face like, man, I know I hit it in the wrong spot. Rosenthal to serve it again. She goes deep to the middle back row. Tough pass. Set far side. Swing. Nice kill. Over there on the left corner by Zionsville. They get the point of the kill from Addie Ashton. She'll check out. Gabby Kirkendall will check in and go back to serve for the Eagles, who trail 14-10 now. Here it goes. Tigers give it up here to the near side swing from Searing, and it's too long. Might be the first attack error for Tegan today. That makes it 14-11. 2 straight points by the Eagles. They're back within 3. Tigers played up to Rosenthal. They'll go to Knuckles, and she blisters one off of Anna Murphy for a kill. 11 kills in the match for Kenzie Knuckles, who will serve with a 15-11 Yorktown lead. There's nothing you can do about that. Serve played up and set far side by the Eagles. Daniel with the swing. Yorktown handles it cleanly. They back set for Sigan. Searing rather. It's a nice dig by Zionsville to keep it up the floor. Tigers attack it again. This time for Watkins. Heats down for a kill. She cut that shot abruptly off the left corner, landed inside the attack line across the court. Great shot by Watkins. 2 kills for her. 16-11 Yorktown. Great shot making by Watkins. Serve comes to the back corner. Eagles played up far side for Daniel. She rams home another big kill from the left side. 8 kills for her unofficially. That stops the bleeding temporarily for Zionsville to make it 16-12. And the Eagles will serve it, trailing by 4. Katie Eisenbarger will be back there to do it. He'll jump serve. Knuckles easily handles it. Set for Searing. Her tip is handled by Zionsville. They'll set for Daniel again on the right side. Another ball driven off a Yorktown defender out of bounds for another kill. Daniel having a nice match. 9 kills unofficially, 16-13. Zionsville trailing by 3. They'll serve it again. Eisenbarger still back there. 6-foot senior, 9 seniors on this Eagles roster. This is their time. Short and soft. Murr to Rosenthal. Tip set. Searing drives it down off the double team for a kill. 9th kill of the match for Searing. Side out Yorktown. 17-13 lead for the Tigers. Kylie Murr to serve it. Here it comes. Right to left. Eagles do a nice job playing it. They'll set in the middle. Daniel will tip it. Searing tips it right back. Here come the Eagles again. They go to Daniel far side. Her drive is off the defender, out of bounds. Knuckles couldn't keep it alive. It's a Daniel kill for Zionsville. A point for the Eagles as they make it 17-14, and that is 10 kills unofficially in the match for Leah Daniel. Mimi Garrard to serve it for Zionsville. Murr plays it. It's back over the net, and a great dig by Garrard to keep it alive and send it back to Yorktown. They'll slide it with Searing, and the double team block denies her. Great play by Rory Wood and Leah Daniel to double team her and block it, and it's 17-15. Yorktown's lead down to a pair. Garrard to serve it again. Here it comes. Murr to Rosenthal. They'll go to the middle. Searing drives it off an Eagle. It's down for a kill. Despite the best efforts of Garrard, she couldn't handle it. Give the kill to Searing. She's got an even 10. Yorktown gets it back on a side out leading 18-15. Back to serve it. Number 7, Kate Vinson, just a sophomore. Here it comes. Low to the middle back row. Set far side. Swing is handled easily by Yorktown. They'll set it near side for Watkins. She drives it off Zionsville right back over to Yorktown. They'll try Watkins again from the same place. This time the double team block stops the shot. Megan Sheridan and Rory Wood double team to stop it and make it 18-16. Side out Zionsville. Great match. This is what you expect from 2 of the best teams, not just in Indiana, but in the country. Daniel with a serve that grazes the net. Yorktown tips it. It's down! Rosenthal gets it in the dead zone to make it 19-16. Second tip kill of the match by Bella Rosenthal. Yorktown will serve it with Ellie Stinson leading 19-16 in game 2 and leading the match 1-0. Zionsville will set it far side. Here's a big right-hand winner. That was a beauty from Addie Ashton. He drove it down to make it 19-17. Zionsville back within 2, and they'll give the ball to their libero to serve it. Lauren Lotka. Here it comes. Knuckles waiting for one. They're going to go instead to Miller. Shot handled. Zionsville will set it. Swing in the missile. This time Yorktown handles it. Knuckles will roll it. Easy ball for Zionsville. They'll get a swing here on the near side. And I don't know whether she wanted to do that, but a little soft roll shot off the left hand of Megan Sheridan for the kill. She picks up the point. Timeout Yorktown. We've got ourselves a 1-point game 2. Late in this one, Yorktown leads Zionsville 19-18 on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel.
A 50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. emotions, sudden flash of tempers. In sports, anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the Muncie Fieldhouse. Brian Beaver along with you again today. We've had a sensational second semifinal. Yorktown won game one, 25-23. Tigers coming out of a timeout. Their lead down now to 1 point, 19-18 over Zionsville. Eagles have the ball. They'll serve it again with Lotka to do the honors. Murr keeps it off the floor. The set near side for Knuckles, whose tip is off the block and dug nicely by the Eagles. They'll roll it back over to Yorktown. Ball heads for the crowd. It's out of bounds for another point, and we're tied at 19 all. You hear the crowd come to life. This game, too, has been tied at 6, 7, and now 19. Zionsville serving for a lead late in game two. Lotka still on the service line. Right-hand jump serve. Tigers play it up to Rosenthal. They'll set it for Knuckles, who peels the paint again for another kill. 12 kills for Knuckles. Yorktown has the lead back at 20-19. They'll give the serve back to Carly Matthews. Here it comes. Zionsville will play it in the middle. Back row attack from Daniel, dug by Yorktown. Tigers attack. Knuckles drives one off the defender, but the Eagles keep it alive. Great dig. Now over to Yorktown. Set here near corner. Missile off the hands of Knuckles. She says touch. The officials say no. And we're tied again at 20. Checking in for Yorktown. Murr. And in a 20-20 game, Zionsville will serve it with Anna Murphy back there. Here it comes. Tigers have it up. They'll go to the middle, and it's another kill by Knuckles, who wipes it off the defender. She makes it look so easy, it's not even funny. Tigers have the lead back at 21-20. Eagles have it in play. Back row attack from Daniel. Great dig by Yorktown. Back set from Rosenthal. Searing drives it off the block, but it's down for a Zionsville point. We're tied at 21. Incredible game. 21-21. Late in game two, you hear the crowd coming to life on both sides of the floor. Gabby Kirkendall serving for Zionsville. Deep to the sideline. Yorktown will back set it for Knuckles. She drives it off a Zionsville defender, no problem. Slide play. Swing. Kill. Katie Eisenbarger. Zionsville has the lead. 22-21. Back to serve it. Gabby Kirkendall. Yorktown needs a point. Here comes the serve. Knuckles keeps it off the floor. Set near side for Searing. It's off the block and down for a Yorktown point. Searing with her 11th kill. We are tied again at 22 apiece. This is going to be one of those matches. You might not have more than a 2-point gap all day at the end. Knuckles to serve. Someone's going to get the lead here. It's an ace! Knuckles grazed the top of the net with her serve. Lotka dived headlong to try to pancake it and couldn't do it. Yorktown leads 23-22. First ace of the day for Knuckles. She'll serve it again, but first a timeout. Who wants to talk it over? We're going to keep it right here now that you can hear me. 23-22. Zionsville has used its second and final timeout. They can't stop it now here in game two. If you're just joining us, this match opened in a way that Yorktown is not accustomed to. Zionsville scored the first 5 points of game one, and it looked like the route was on. Yorktown came back to win game one, 25-23, and here in game two, The Tigers lead it 23-22. Rich Coleman's Eagles, the senior-laden Eagles, have thrown everything but the kitchen sink at Yorktown. They've been right there on the heels of the Tigers, but so far, Yorktown has held them off. So we're set for play again out of the timeout. Yorktown 2 points from a win in game 2. Knuckles will serve again for the Tigers. Eagles need to score here. To the back row. Slide play right side. Big right-hand winner by Katie Eisenbarger. That slide play has been effective all day. We're tied at 23. Side out. Service for the Eagles. And Eisenbarger will do the honors. Tigers play it up to their setter, Rosenthal. She back sets for Searing. Tigers keep it off the deflection off the floor. Murr with a great dig, but she can't stop the point. Zionsville scores. It's 24-23, Zionsville. Timeout, Yorktown. Late in game 2. Eagles are a point away from evening the match on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel.
Everybody loves a good sports movie.
I've seen Rudy 10 times.
I love Hoosiers. If there were a sports movie about steroids, it might be called The Myth, the Truth, and the Consequences. The myth is that steroids are good for your game. The truth is they're bad for you and the sport you play. And the long-term consequences on your health are downright ugly.
That's one movie I think I'll skip.
High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to the 4A Regional at Muncie Fieldhouse. Brian Beaver along with you. Game 1 went to Yorktown 25-23. But Zionsville is a point away from evening the match, leading game 2, 24-23. Eisenbarger to serve for the potential win. Short serve this time. Tigers will play it in the middle. Searing drives it off a defender. Great play to keep it alive and back over the net to Yorktown. Tigers will attack right side. Searing off the defender. We've got a whistle and a violation called by the down official. And we're knotted up again at 24-24. No one can win on this one, but someone can get a big step closer. Kylie Murr will serve it for the Tigers in a 24-all tie. She's got it ready. Zionsville will play it up to Gerard. Bump set. Shot from Daniel is off the touch and down for the kill. She has that grin on her face like, I think I got away with one. And 25-24. Zionsville in front, serving for the game again. This time it's Gerard to do it. Left to right, here it comes, there it goes. Tigers play it up. Searing with the swing. Off the deflection, back over to Yorktown. They'll try it again. Searing again with a tip. Nice play to keep it alive for Zionsville. Back set here to the near pin. Tigers keep it off the floor. Rosenthal will set it here near side. Watkins gets it down for a kill. And we're tied at 25-25. Talk about pressure. Watkins with her third kill of the match. Here comes the serve. Yorktown looking to break the tie. Zionsville will tip it. Eagles give it right back to Yorktown. Tip to the back corner. It's down for the kill. Ellie Miller with a sensational heady play. Tigers have game point now at 26-25. Vincent to serve it again. Here it comes. Eagles will play it up far side. There's a big swing. Good dig by Yorktown to keep it alive. Bump set here near side Watkins. Good dig by Zionsville. They'll go to the far corner. And another winner off the right arm of Leah Daniel. A dozen kills for her, and we're tied at 26-all. Unbelievable game 2. Back to serve it is Daniel for Zionsville. That's a rocket, nearly an ace. Tigers play it up for Watkins. Her swing is off a defender. Daniel will clean it up. Roll back, easy for the Tigers. Let's see what they do with it. They go to the slide. Miller can't get it down. Zionsville plays it off the floor. Back to Yorktown. Knuckles pass. Rosenthal tip to the back row. Daniel handles it this time. Daniel will get a swing from the back row. Yorktown keeps it off the floor. Watkins off the block, out of bounds. Watkins with another kill. Her fourth, 27-26. Yorktown in front. They serve for the game and a commanding 2-0 lead in the match. They're going to give it to Ellie Stinson. Yorktown scores here. They'll win the game. Here comes the serve. Goes to the deep back row. Daniel with a pass. They'll set it on the far side. It fails. An attack error gives the point to Yorktown, and it gives the game to Yorktown. The Tigers survive a stiff challenge, and they win in extra time in game 2 by a final of 28-26. The Tigers are up 2-0. They'll go for the sweep after this break on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Don't you dare go anywhere.
From Jamestown to Jonesville, from North Salem to South Milford, from River Forest to Grass Creek. No matter where you live in Indiana, you can enjoy high school sports coverage at its very best on the IHSAA Champions Network, presented by Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. It's 35 powerhouse radio stations, Fox Sports Indiana, and the World Wide Web, combining their vast resources to blanket the state, the Midwest, and the world with the purest, most riveting presentation of high school sports in America. From Anderson to Attica, Kendallville to Kokomo, follow the high school sports that make our state great all season long. Thank you, Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, and welcome home.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history. Oh, I love world history. Baseball. Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Welcome back to the Muncie Fieldhouse, the 4A Regional. Noblesville punched its ticket to the title match earlier today. Yorktown is closing in with a 2-0 match lead over the very talented Zionsville Eagles. Nothing is set in stone yet. Plenty of 2-0 leads have evaporated. 2 never won anything, as I like to say. But Yorktown is in the driver's seat. They won game 1 25-23. They won game 2 in overtime 28-26. I told you that this might be one of those matches where they're all 2-point games, and it very well might be. It might play out that way. So Zionsville fighting for their lives now. They have to win out to win this match. Quick look at the unofficial stats for Yorktown. Kenzie Knuckles with 13 kills, Tegan Searing with 11. And on the Zionsville side, dominant Leah Daniel with 12, 8 for Eisenbarger, 6 for Sheridan unofficially. So we go to game 3, win or die for the 9 senior Zionsville Eagles. Don't doubt that they can't come back and win 3 straight here. They can. They're that good. One heck of a day. It's a little warm in the Muncie Fieldhouse. Rhonda Wilson fanning with a clipboard. I don't blame her. It's hot in here. This is a 100-year-old gym almost. Matthews to serve to start game 3 for Yorktown. Eagles will attack on the near pin. Nice dig by the Tigers to keep it alive. Set far side for Knuckles. She drives it down, but it's out of bounds. 1-0 Zionsville. Weird match. They've led 1-0 in all 3 games. They led game 1 5-0. They led game 2 3-0. They lead game 3 1-0. They have nothing to show for it in the match. Here comes the serve from Gabby Kirkendall. Tigers will set it inside for Shunnison. We've got a whistle and a violation called by the floor official, and that ties things at 1 apiece here in a win or die game 3 for Zionsville. Tigers will serve it with Bella Rosenthal. Number 9 jersey. Here it comes. There it goes. Eagles play it up easily. They'll set near side. Daniel with the call. She can't get it down, but they get it right back up the deflection. Slide to the right side. This time, the Tigers keep it up the floor again. Searing with another quarter pounder with cheese for the kill from the middle. And Yorktown leads it 2-1. 12 kills for Tegan. Yorktown with its first lead in game 3. Rosenthal goes to the deep back row, nearly an ace. Played here, now a roll over, easy chance for the defense for Yorktown. They'll set far side, Knuckles off the block with a roll, and it's down for a Zionsville point, and we're tied at 2 apiece. That point went nowhere fast. So we're tied at 2. Serving for the Eagles is Katie Eisenbarger. Right-handed jump serve. Played in the back row by Murr to Rosenthal. They'll set far side for Searing. She drives another one down for a kill. That is just not fair. 3-2. Yorktown in front. Back to serve for the Tigers is Kenzie Knuckles, one of the best players in the country. Little baby jump serve, middle back row. Eagles will set it here for Daniel. Her tip is stuffed right back in her face by Shunnison and Searing to make it 4-2 Yorktown. And I got to tell you, I'm old school. When you're big and a power hitter, tips don't get you much. And Yorktown packed her lunch for her. I'd have gone power. If she's that big and good, and she is, I'd go power. But Yorktown has the point and the serve up in a 4-2. That's what I'm talking about. They set for the near pin, and this time Daniel goes up and says, give me some of that, and rams home a winner to cut the lead to 4-3. That's how you do it. 13 kills unofficially for Leah Daniel. When you're big, you play big. Murr, pass to Rosenthal, off the block. Tigers get it back. Tip over to the Zionsville Eagles. They'll attack on the near pin. A shot off the block. Deflected by Searing, but the kill for Leah Daniel, her 14th. And we're tied at 4. Been tied at 1, 2, and 4 here in game 3. Eagles have to win or they're going home. Awful sad. Tigers on the attack. Searing with the swing. Searing with the kill. 14 big ones for Tegan Searing. Yorktown retakes the lead at 5-4, and they'll serve it with Kylie Murr. Tigers have been sensational in this one, and they've had to be. Zionsville's a very good team. Attack here on the near corner. Great dig to keep it off the floor by Yorktown. Rosenthal will roll it backward to Zionsville. They'll set for the far pin. Another great dig by Murr on her knees. Searing with a slam right off the defense back to Yorktown. They'll try it again. Mueller with the tip. Down the back row. She's got it in for another tip kill. 5 kills for Miller. 6-4 Tigers. She's done that several times. What a smart player. Her mom and dad are probably beaming in the stands across the way, and rightfully so. Murr to serve it again. Zionsville plays it off the floor on a knee. Big swing, but it's too long in the back row. No touch. Daniel said, I want to touch. The corner official to our right in front of Zionsville said, touch. Wow. Well, they're going to give it to her. Daniel's 15th kill. She's holding the ball. It's a 6-5 game. Yorktown in front by a point, and Daniel to serve it. Play it up to Rosenthal. Leaves it here for Searing off the block right back to him. Tigers will try it again. Knuckles with a two-hand tip. Eagles play it from the back row. Back row attack and driven home right down the middle of the floor for a kill by Leah Daniel. 16 in the match for her. fourth tie of game 4, make it game 3 at 6 apiece. Daniel to serve it again. This one is too long. It was a knuckleball about 3 feet long. The service error hands the lead back to Yorktown at 7-6. The side out gives the Tigers another serve from Kate Vinson. Here it comes. In the net for a service error and another tie. Game 3 has been tied at 1, 2, 4, 6, and now at 7. Yorktown with a 2-0 match lead. Zionsville has to win everything from here on out to advance. Jump serve comes to Murr in the back row. She plays it long. Tipped by Rosenthal, down for another kill. 8-7 Yorktown. The tip kill has been there all day for Yorktown. Miller and Rosenthal have worn them out with it. The big attackers in the back row are too slow to cover all that ground for Zionsville. Eagles have the attack. They'll roll an easy ball over to Yorktown. That's like practice. Rosenthal sets. Slide for Miller. She grinds another one for a kill. A cross-court winner right down my line of sight. Boy, was that pretty. 6 kills for Miller. 2-point lead now for Yorktown at 9-7. Another serve to the Eagles. They'll play it up to the far side with a back set. Great dig by Murr. Tigers have it. Knuckles will roll it. Zionsville barely keeps it off the floor. They'll hand it back to Yorktown. Great dig, 2 in a row. Yorktown keeps it alive and rolls it back to Zionsville. They'll set far side. Another dig. Tigers can put it away. They go to Knuckles for a tip. She gets it down off the diving defender, and we've got a violation against Zionsville. Called by the down official. Yorktown with the point. Their coach, Rich Coleman, up to say, what's the call? It's 10-7. One of those Yorktown spurts. Before you know it, they've scored 3 in a row, and it's 10-7. Rich Coleman ain't buying the answer. It doesn't matter. He's going home without the point. 10-7 Yorktown. They'll serve again with Stinson. Bad pass. They're out of system. They give a free ball over, and it's out of bounds anyway. Zionsville's worst possession of the game. It's 11-7. The worst possession of the match. Timeout, Eagles. We're in the middle of game 3. It's Yorktown 11, Zionsville 7 on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel.
We hear it more and more when people talk about sports. We need to change the culture. No more integrity taking a backseat to performance. No more players, coaches, and fans run amok. No more too big to fail. It sounds good. It sounds reasonable. Come to think of it, it sounds like high school sports. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we know that sports are just part of a student-athlete's overall education and that there's more to the game than winning. We also know that high school sports are incredibly exciting. They're rich with tradition and bring communities together like nothing else. In a word, they're pure. More and more, that's what people want. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the Indianapolis Colts, the IHSAA, and the high schools in this community.
Welcome to the match. Again, we're back in play with Zionsville attacking, and it's down off a Yorktown block and a Yorktown point. Yorktown scores again. They lead this game 12-7. That's 5 points in a row by the Tigers. And serving again for Yorktown is Ellie Stinson. Horrible pass. Eagles are out of system, and I think they're out of time. We might have an injured player. The libero from Zionsville took a shot to the face as they scrambled for the ball, and she's still down, and now they're going to check her out. She's in tears. 13-7. 6 straight points. You hear the round of applause from the crowd. Lauren Lotka being checked out by the training staff. She looks to be okay, and she's not going to want to come out. No one would. She said, "I'm fine." You can see it. She said, "I'm fine" to her coach, Rich Coleman, is out on the floor, checking her out. Yorktown is on a 6-point run. This game was tied at 7, 6 straight by the Tigers. They're in the driver's seat, and we're all ready to go. So this has turned into a big Yorktown lead. And they're not far away from closing this out. Zionsville has it on the attack. They drive down a kill in the middle. Great shot by Katie Eisenbarger, her 9th kill of the game and of the match. It's 13-8, and that ends the run by Yorktown. Zionsville needs a big run of their own, trailing by 5 here in game 3, trailing in the match 2-0. Best teams in the state punching each other in the face. Yorktown attack. Miller with a tip. Nearly went down, but Zionsville kept it alive. Back over to Yorktown. Rosenthal sets in the middle. Kill attempt on the tip by Knuckles. It's tipped over to Yorktown. Dig on the run by Kylie Murr, and a great hustle play, but they couldn't keep it off the floor. Murr tipped it. It went back near the end of the gym. Give the point to Zionsville, and they make it 13-9. So the Eagles, they're pretty proud. They respond 2 straight points to cut it to 4. Murr passes to Rosenthal. Tip by Knuckles. Eagles keep it off the floor. They'll roll it back to Yorktown. Chance for an easy point. Deep tip from Knuckles. Eagles attack again. This one driven out of bounds. It's called out of bounds. She thought she had the kill. Look at that. Katie Eisenbarger thought she had the kill, but it was ruled long, out of bounds. The scoreboard says 13-10, but it should be 14-9. The serve. Zionsville has it. They get a big swing and a kill on the near corner here, right in front of us, by Addie Ashton. I think the scoreboard is wrong. 13-11 on the scoreboard. Back to serve it for Zionsville is Gabby Kirkendall. Set far side for Knuckles. Look at that right hand. You can hear it sizzle. Deep to the back row by Rosenthal, and she does it again. 4th tip kill of the day by Bella Rosenthal. And now they got it right. It's 15-10. I knew I've been around this a while. Tigers have it served up. Eagles attack. It's back to them off the block. Eagles try it again. Near pin this time. Nice dig by Murr. Rosenthal for Searing here on the near corner. She pounds another one down. 15 kills for Tegan Searing. It's 16-10. Yorktown. Wow. Next one in play, and it's a service error. Right into the net. 16-11. Eagles are fighting for their lives. They got to score about 3 points to every point for Yorktown the rest of the way. Serve grazes the net. Tigers have it up anyway. Big swing for Knuckles. She softly rolls it to the back corner for the kill. I've got her for 13 kills. Watkins checks in for Yorktown. Tigers lead the game 17-11, lead the match 2-0. Knuckles trying to get him closer to a sweep. There's an ace. Eagles couldn't handle it. 2 aces for Knuckles to go along with 14 kills. It's 18-11 Yorktown. Timeout for the final time, maybe for the season, for Zionsville. They go to the break in game 3. Yorktown 18, Zionsville 11 on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to the Muncie Fieldhouse. Brian Beaver along with you. We're closing out game 3 with Yorktown in front of Zionsville, 18-11. Kenzie Knuckles serving for Yorktown. There it goes. Eagles have trouble with it. Nearly an overpass. It's an ace. Second straight one. Knuckles with 3 of them. Close to a poker game. She'll serve it again with Yorktown in front, 19-11. And Zionsville starting to look defeated. You can see it in their body language. Eagles play it this time much better to their setter. Big swing from Daniel. Murr having none of it. Watkins from the corner. Drives it off a double team out of bounds for the kill. Courtney has 5 kills. Yorktown 5 points away from a sweep, leading 20-11 in game 3. 2-point winners in each of the first 2 games. Here comes Knuckles with the serve to the back deep corner. Set here for Daniel. She rams home another right-hand winner. She's a terrific player. I've got her for 17 kills. 20-12. Yorktown lead. Side out for Zionsville. The Eagles serve it with Mamie Garrard. Here comes her serve. Knuckles plays it to Rosenthal. She sets for Searing rather, and Tegan drills another kill. 16 big ones for her. Yorktown 4 points away, 21-12. Kylie Murr will serve it. Let's see if she can close it out. First one is on the way. Good pass to the setter Garrard. Back set far side for Daniel. She crams one off the double team block out of bounds for a kill. Miller and Watkins were there, but Daniel got it down. 18th kill for her, 21-13. Here comes the serve to Yorktown. Murr plays it to Rosenthal. Slide play. Miller drives it off the defense. 7 rows up. Wow. 7 kills for Ellie. 22-13. Yorktown leading. They're 3 points away from a broom job over one of the best teams in Indiana. How do you like them apples? Here comes the serve. Tuffy. Zionsville has it up far side. The swing is down for a kill from the left-hander, Megan Sheridan. Give her 7 in the match, 22-14 now. Yorktown's lead at 8. Back to serve it, Lauren Lotka. No worse for the wear in that collision earlier. Here comes her jump serve. Murr will play it from the back row to Rosenthal in the circle. Watkins with the tip off the block, and it's down for a Yorktown point. 6 kills for Watkins, who comes out. Stinson checks in. 23-14. Yorktown serving it. They're 2 points from a sweep. Here comes the set. Middle attack. Nothing doing. Rosenthal with the tip again to the back row. Zionsville can't keep it off the floor. 24-14. 5 tip kills for Rosenthal. Match point. Ellie Stinson, the serve, the first of several. Here it comes. Tigers can close them out. It's an ace! Yorktown wins! 25-14 in game 3. Tigers sweep the great Zionsville Eagles right back onto I-69. The final score, 25-14. This is a 3-0 winner for the Tigers of Yorktown. We're back to recap it after this timeout on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel.
We hear it more and more when people talk about sports. We need to change the culture. No more integrity taking a backseat to performance. No more players, coaches, and fans run amok. No more too big to fail. It sounds good. It sounds reasonable. Come to think of it, it sounds like high school sports. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we know that sports are just part of a student athlete's overall education and that there's more to the game than winning. We also know that high school sports are incredibly exciting. They're rich with tradition and bring communities together like nothing else. In a word, they're pure. More and more, that's what people want. High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the Indianapolis Colts, the IHSAA, and the high schools in this community.
It's your ticket to an evening out that won't break the bank. It's your ticket to explosive runs, acrobatic catches, and game-saving tackles. It's your ticket to an experience you'll never forget. It's your ticket to the IHSAA State Football Tournament. Attending a tournament football game is a fun and affordable way to see sports played the way they were meant to be, for the pure love of it. The Indianapolis Colts and the Indiana High School Athletic Association invite you to be part of Indiana's rich tradition of high school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport, pure state tournament excitement. The drama is set to kick off. Do you have your ticket? There's just one place where students are students first, and athletics are played with purpose and perspective. There's just one place where a team is more than a group of individual agendas. It's a catalyst for demonstrating the potential of the collaborative spirit. There's just one place where players, coaches, and fans experience the exhilaration that happens when an entire community rallies behind the school team. That place is your local high school. High school sports offer more than the joy of competition. Studies show that student athletes are more likely to enjoy greater levels of achievement in other areas of their lives, including academics. In addition, high school sports help young people in Indiana develop the discipline and confidence they need to be leaders in life, even as they unite communities like nothing else. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Have you noticed? Sports today are different. Today's athletes are bigger and stronger. They run faster, jump higher, and hit harder than ever before. But there is one thing that hasn't changed about sports, and that's the importance of practicing sportsmanship. At the Indiana High School Athletic Association, we like to remind you that winning isn't everything. The way you play matters, and a true champion plays the game with respect. For the opponent, for the coaches, and for the officials. True champions practice sportsmanship with the same degree of intensity that they play the games themselves. Sports may evolve, athletes may change, but the mark of a true champion will always be the same. Play like a champion. Practice sportsmanship. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
The track is called What is Hip and What is Victory? Yorktown Volleyball. The Tigers roll today. It wasn't easy early, but it got easier later as the Tigers take down mighty Zionsville 3-0 here in the semifinal of the Muncie 4A Regional. Tonight it'll be Noblesville against Yorktown for a trip to the Final Four. This was a fist fight early. Game one. First 5 points scored by Zionsville, 5-0. Stephanie Bloom says, timeout, rips a new one in the huddle. They come out and win game one, 25-23. Game two was an even bigger fist fight. Went extra time, 28-26 in the end with Yorktown winning. Game three really never was close. We were tied at 7-all. Yorktown scored 6 points in a row. That was it. That's all she wrote. They went on to win 25-14. So you talk about how good a volleyball team this is. They're pretty good. 35-2 now on the season for Yorktown. Zionsville closes out at 29-3, and all they've lost to is HSE, Crown Point, and Yorktown. Pretty good season for the 9 seniors checking out for good for Rich Coleman's team. They played great today. They gave Yorktown everything the Tigers want and more, but it was Yorktown just wearing them out and winning in a sweep. So, brings up tonight, title match, 7 o'clock right here on the Delco Preps channel and on YouTube Live. And it should be a terrific match. Look back briefly at that first one. Noblesville won that one 3-1. In fact, they dropped the opening game. Carroll beat them 25-17 in game 1, but Noblesville roared back and just dominated game 2, 25-9. They won game 3, 25-19, and closed it out 25-14 to send the Chargers home 3-1 losers. So, Noblesville, Yorktown, all the marbles at stake tonight on this court, Bill Harrell Court. About 5 hours from now, the warm-up period will be underway, and it'll be a sensational match, I'm sure, tonight. So, Yorktown moves on. They are now 1 win away from a trip to the Final Four, and don't bet against them. I wouldn't if I were you. So, wherever you are, whoever you were cheering for, thanks for joining us today. I appreciate you loaning me your ears for a while. And come back tonight and spread the word. This is going to be a great championship match tonight at the Muncie Fieldhouse. The final score for the final time, Yorktown takes down Zionsville 25-23, 28-26, 25-14. They're going to the championship round. For all of us at Beaver Media, I'm Brian Beaver. Thanks for joining us today. We'll see you tonight at around 6:50 for the pregame and the first serve at 7 p.m. as Noblesville takes on Yorktown for a regional title. Until then, so long, everybody.